Greetings, Earthlings. I just got back from my first project in our tech makeover concept, and had a very good conversation with a person named Danny, and hopefully we got him off to a good start on something. I'm going to show you that video now, find out a little bit more about him. I'll talk to you soon. What's your name?
Name is Daniel Patrick Loftus. We're in Mojave Valley, Arizona, and it is March 18th.
All right. So this is Danny. He just introduced himself just a moment ago, and he's going to be the first victim of my tech makeover. So I put an ad in Craigslist explaining what I did and that I gave tutorials, and he responded, and he has a few projects he is interested in. So tell me about your tech background. Like, what is your comfort level with technology?
I'm not a super power user. However, I know how to turn on a computer, turn it off, hook a cable up, print things, use a mouse and a keyboard. I can go on to search engines and find things. I can play videos on YouTube like everybody does, like we're trying to do here.
I think the power, knowing what a power user is, shows you're more advanced than most, because most people wouldn't even think of that term. So I think you're ahead of the game. It seems like people that are, even for myself, I hate to assert what I know unless they know I know. Computers are really good for humiliating or humbling people to their will. And I think the other thing too is there's this perspective in the world that everybody knows everything. Like, there's this vast knowledge that only you yourself do not have. Everyone talks, well, the kid could do this. How can I figure this out? Find a little kid. They'll show you how to use your phone or your computer or whatever. Right. But they don't know. They know how to play a game, or watch a YouTube video or TikTok or whatever video they're right. watching. Right. They can't really, like we were talking about the spreadsheet thing earlier. They're not going to calculate a formula that you need to, balance a checkbook. But that's. So I think you're in a good place there. So tell us about what you're looking to learn to do, and you can go through the whole list, everything.
Okay. First thing is I'm looking to get some instruction and tutorial on using a digital slide scanner. I have a collection of vintage slides from the early 50s, and I'd like to preserve them. And my intention is to digitally move them from just a little 35 millimeter slide to on the scanner, and then onto the computer, and then maybe onto a slideshow. So there's 3 or 4 steps involved here, and so I'm real interested in that. Mm-hmm. Real interested in making some type of YouTube channel, okay. Or a few of them, to maybe different subjects or different topics.
Yeah.
I've been shooting a lot of small, short video on my phone, anywhere from 15 seconds to about 30 seconds for different platforms. Mm-hmm. And most of those are all farm and ranch related. Yeah. So there's 2 or 3 different things, from the digital slides to the short videos to the YouTube channel to the how do I watch YouTube on my TV to how do I make this YouTube speaker work, yeah. To eventually getting a larger slide or larger scanner, flatbed scanner, yeah. to be able to put artwork on, and then scan that on the computer, and then move that into another online platform.
And you had mentioned possibly working with Getty Images.
Correct.
And I did a little research on that. I know you apply, then you provide, I think, 6 samples.
That is correct.
And then they approve you or don't approve you.
Correct.
So that is another goal. I guess it's all funneled through this first process of getting these images available, digitized. That's what we're doing here.
Right. And so what I think we're doing is we're taking what I call a crawl, walk, run approach. So we're learning to kind of crawl, and then we're going to start walking, and then we're going to start running.
That's right.
And these are all 4 or 5 different steps before the running starts.
Yeah.
So there's going to be some crawling. And each individual project will be like that. It'll be that crawl, walk, run approach. And so people like me, once I kind of learn it and put my hand on it, there's different types of learners in the world.
Yeah.
You know, people that are visual, people that are audio, people who just read something, people just see something. You know, me, I've recognized that I've got to use everything.
Right.
And it kind of settles down in my mind, and then I can process it, you know, and then retrieve it at another day.
I find with this particular project, scanning, like I've mentioned earlier, can be tedious when there's a large amount to do. But you're an artist too. That's another thing we haven't mentioned. He makes artwork, and by artwork, you have to be patient and have a vision, go step by step, just like you're describing.
Right.
So I think that will just become, this scan is just going to become an instrument of your art also.
Well, you know, by that patience is, there's not a lot of people that can sit there and do something over and over and over again without going stir crazy. You know, the world's very quick out there right now, and everything's just a quick little video and this and that, and then people move on. I call it the shiny penny effect. Oh, another shiny penny. Oh, another shiny penny. Oh, another shiny penny. So we kind of keep bouncing around instead of staying very focused and very true to our intentions.
Yeah.
And so yeah, being an artist, it helped with the process.
Yeah.
Okay, you know, we start with a blank canvas, and there's 20 different colors, and there's a design, and then as that canvas material goes on that canvas or that piece of artwork or that metal sculpture, it's a layering effect. And that's what I think we're doing here with these types of instructional videos.
Yeah.
That layering effect. I like to think of it as like building a lasagna. You know, lasagna's got the sauce on the bottom, then the noodles, then it's got some cheese, and it's got some mushrooms, or if you're doing a veggie. And then it's got some more pasta, then it got some more sauce, then you got some more cheese.
Yeah.
And so those different layers in the lasagna are very similar to creating artwork.
Yeah.
There's layers to them. And then with this is taking artwork, existing artwork, and using the layers of the process, the crawl, walk, run process, to get to our final intention. You know, what is our final intention? Our final intention is to get a lot of these, 6 samples onto Getty.
Right.
And we have to start with that as our intention in mind, and then work back all the way to where we're starting.
Yeah. And the other benefit is you're preserving this. Like you said, these are from the 50s. We're looking at old 50, 60-year-old images that, in time would deteriorate or be lost, but here you're preserving them. So
these images are well over 75 years old.
Wow.
And, there's the early stuff from Europe and North Africa, and then, of course, here in America, and then there's quite a bit from Latin America.
Now, the scanner you have, this Kodak scanner, it can do the slides, as we're talking about. The other thing it does, which is really cool, it can take a negative and turn it into an image to be saved. So that's, to me, that's a real big plus for it, because a lot of people, let's say you have an old photo album that got soaked or burned, but maybe you have the negative still.
Right.
You can bring those all back, make them available.
Right.
So I think it's a good product you have, and it'll give lots of opportunity later for you for other things.
Yeah. Well, many times I've learned in the past, not being a power user, is spend a little bit more money up front on the hardware side of it.
Yeah.
Meaning, this is a Kodak digital slide scanner, kind of higher end. It's got a 32-bit chip in it, got multiple cables. You can store things, you can view things, you can, delete things. I mean, it's like a little baby computer.
Yeah.
And so when you start with good equipment, there's a very good chance you're going to have a good result.
Yeah. And the speed of this particular product is very fast. The traditional scanners do literally a scan. A bar passes over it and scans the image this way. This one, you illuminate the image, it comes up on the screen, then you capture that image at once. It's almost like taking a picture of the picture. So it is a very cool thing. Very cool thing.
Yeah, it's usually what I like to say is taking that snapshot.
Yeah.
Okay, and that vignette, and having that small vignette, and now how are we going to manage it?
Yeah.
Okay, and that's part of this process we're going to go through today.
I did do a little research on YouTube. Where else would you do it? And I found a guy. One thing with this product is best to use the 14 megapixel setting because the others are digitally created. Whereas the 14, if you go higher than 14, then the computer's doing some processing to enlarge it. Where if you do the 14, then it comes at the real pixels come out. It's not any manipulation. So I think for working with it later, that might be better.
Additionally, with that Kodak digital slide scanner is it's got like a colorness and brightness to it too as well.
Yeah.
So you can, let's say the image maybe was a little faded or had gotten in the sun or had maybe a little damage. So there's a brightness and color correction availability.
Yeah.
And to kind of get it to, that sharp. And some of them are in color, some are in black and white. So, we're not going to do a lot in black and white.
Yeah.
But maybe just the sharpness of some of the edges.
Yeah.
And but
well, that's like black and white. Sometimes as they age, the contrast increases a little bit, so you have to bring out some gray tones and things like that. So I think it's we can get in there and start doing stuff, and we'll fit. When we go in, I'm gonna videotape a little bit of the item itself, the scanner, and your setup, and then we'll get going.
okay.
The slide, you can feed them in here. It'll push it out the other side.
Oh, okay.
So we just have to tell it the film type. And then we have to tell it.
Okay, it's a color.
Even though it says 50, we say 50 millimeter slide because on the next page it's going to give us 135 as an option, which is that.
Okay, well, the slide is incorrectly in there. I need to turn it around then.
Okay, so let's do this a little bit different. So let's put this in here first, and then we'll do the orientation. Then the next slide we'll use to push through the previous slide.
Okay, so I think it goes like this. Yeah, see, it's an old covered bridge here in California.
Okay. Yeah, let's do your next slide to push. We'll use that edge of this one to push it in.
Okay, I think it's gonna go like. Oh yeah, it's the Arc de Triomphe during Bastille Day. Look at that. Bastille Day at the Arc de Triomphe with this big flag, Paris, France, July of 51.
51.
Okay, I think this corner goes down this way.
Okay.
To make it.
So we'll just slide in let's treat it like one of the manual slide projectors from the old days.
Okay.
And we'll use that to push that in there.
Okay.
Then when we see what we want, there it is. It's done.
Pretty quick. Pretty easy.
Yeah. Yeah. The first one will come out the other side.
Okay. Then we'll put that in this. I think I've done these ones before. I don't know. What do I know? Just a guy learning about slides.
You're way ahead of the game.
This is an Eiffel Tower. This is kind of nice too.
Okay.
All right, so this goes in that little.
It's a little slot, yeah.
It's like a little slot. Okay, and then voila.
And then push the top where it says okay up there. Sorry.
That's all right. Right here. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we push that one out.
Yeah.
And
You can use the same one to push it in and just pull it back out. Just to get it where you want.
Just to get it kind of centered.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like someplace in Paris.
It does.
Okay. This is gonna go.
And when you're ready,
Okay, let's go.
there we go.
Let's make sure that one goes. Okay, that one's done. Now we just push another one in. This is one by one here, folks.
See, this is why I was saying it's not hard, but it'll be tedious.
Now, once you kind of learn the process, okay. See, that's in St. Moritz, I think. Hold on, I'm gonna bring it all the way out and then bring it back in again.
Okay.
So we'll slide these. We already did this one. Just don't want it.
It's a good image, though.
Yeah, there we go.
Very iconic.
Yeah. Okay, so we know we want to save it.
Yep.
Or scan it.
Yep.
Okay, then we'll just use this one here.
Okay.
It's horse delivering milk on a
Good.
sled in the snow.
This will also connect to directly to a TV or anything with an HDMI.
Okay. Okay, this is Villa, Spain, July 51. A donkey serenade.
That's perfect for this area.
There's plenty of them out here, especially up in Oatman.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man. So no one's riding ours. So
Maybe some different type of brightness or coloration in this one?
let's take a look here. This is one with this here. And then you can use the arrows to go back and forth. See through this? See?
Okay.
So up on the top there, make it brighter or darker.
This arrow here.
Yeah, there are these two buttons.
Oh,
here.
I see.
They're
One
up,
one
up,
to the
and down.
right, one to the left.
And it's showing down the bottom that you're actually making progress.
I think I'm going to go back one. I think that one's pretty good.
That looks good.
Okay, so we're gonna scan it / save it. Okay, and
Go ahead and do it one more time. I don't know if it caught that one. Because it didn't do that.
okay. So if we don't have the little hourglass
Yeah.
on there, it doesn't capture nor does it scan.
Right. I think this has two purposes. It's okay, so whatever you're on, you hit it means that you're saving what you're seeing. Then once you see and you want to capture it, then you hit it again. So that it has these both okay and the camera function.
Oh, voila. Okay. All right. All right. We're going to use this other one to kind of skedaddle that one out of there. And we know we've done this one. We're going to... Gaelic Writing, Ireland, July of 1951. Let's see what we got here. All right. Got a little different.
For another week or so, I'm married to an Irish lady.
Oh, yeah?
I'm in the process of getting that fixed.
Meaning...
Divorced.
Oh, okay.
She's been gone for a couple of years. She came back to visit a few weeks ago to sign some papers, but
She's from Ireland?
she lives in Ireland. She's from Dublin.
Oh.
I've never been to Ireland, but I had an Irish souvenir.
I've been there numerous times.
All right, so now, if not that this needs it, but if you needed to start the process of adjustment, see the one that has a little asterisk there?
Mm-hmm.
Click on that, and that'll bring up the tuning.
Oh, what brightness I want. There's a little
Exactly.
bar on the bottom. Okay, so let's try making it a little... Oh, that's too light. Let's go back to where we were. I'm going to stay with this one right here. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, like the fourth one.
So now when you hit this button, that's going to save what you just did.
This one here or this one here?
It's all the same button. It's just showing that it does both things. So this is, you're pushing it as okay, which means it's saved, like the changes. Then push it again, then it takes the image.
Hence the hourglass again.
That's
okay.
it, yeah.
Okay, so it's a double save and then scan.
Yeah, it saves
So-
your changes and then you scan.
Okay, so the first time we save, the second time we scan.
That's right.
I like it. Okay. And oh, these are the Kirchhoff Gardens, April of 52. These are phenomenal. Okay, so let's check our brightness. Sharper. It's all the way there. No, that one. You don't seem as sharp. Go one over. This one needed a lot more brightness the way the color is.
That's so I'm gonna hit this one and I'm gonna hit it again.
Right?
Because I think you hit something to change some other setting, a contrast setting. So
Okay.
I don't think you're actually getting the oh man. Sorry about that.
It's all right.
But you can just because you've done it, you can still go back in there and make the changes to it.
Okay.
If that's what you want to do.
No, I don't
44 up here. And that would be the last one.
Okay. Okay. I didn't even get to this one. Timer.
Yeah.
He's all dead and gone, I can tell you that.
Yeah. Probably not long after this.
Look at how dirty his pants are.
Yeah.
Yep. These are like wheat stacks. Yeah.
Wow.
Almost like looks like a Van Gogh painting with the wheat stacks, you know?
It does. Yeah, it looks almost like a urette or something.
Yeah. Okay. We've got a lot of these really good ones done today.
Yep. So with this one, once we're done getting them off of here, we should be able to just go back to this screen here.
Mm-hmm.
That disconnects it from the computer.
Oh, okay.
So we left these on here. That's when we copied them.
Mm-hmm.
So the original ones are still there. I don't know if you would want those off of there or not.
No, we'll just use them. I mean, this is our maiden voyage.
That's right.
And you know, we're like I said earlier, we're gonna do a crawl, walk, run approach, and be able to say, hey, look, you know,
We'll fix this part here too, real quick.
Okay. Today's 18th.
And again, those same things are still in there. But you know, I think like for myself, when I started up in computers, the storage was not reliable. The original floppies that were really floppy.
Right.
I lost a lot of stuff. So I had this, it's a bias in myself for saving stuff, having it in many places from that.
I don't blame you.
So
Yeah, there's just, I don't think there's any harm or foul to have multiple different storages.
right,
And something goes down, this and that. It's just like, okay, I'll just go to the next one.
right, right.
And that way you don't have to kind of, rescan and reinvent the wheel, and
Well, so for the reason, the only adverse part of it would be when you're sitting here doing this and you're trying to monitor everything you're doing. Like you did 34 so far, but you probably have hundreds to do, thousands. So you may need more bite-sized pieces rather than have to go through 1,000 old images to get to this. But that's your thing, and I just want to share my bias in all this is
okay,
where it comes from.
sure, yeah. No, these were kind of those top 34. Oh, I didn't do this one. I didn't do that one. I'll put it back in these boxes. These are the boxes that we didn't. I just kind of randomly picked. These were my top 100 from many years ago. There's slides in these containers that I haven't even seen.
That's good. That's good.
And I don't think they've ever come out of that container for well over 70 years. Once they went in a storage. They were locked. They were safe. They were dry. They were not too hot or cold.
Also, they could be seen here today.
Right.
That's incredible, though.
So literally, these are have never been.
This is almost like a time capsule.
Correct.
From 75 years ago that we're opening up here.
It's not almost. It is a time capsule.
Yeah.
And I think, to be able to, like we said earlier, the intention is to preserve them.
Yeah.
And to honor them. Mm-hmm. And to see that this is just this beautiful gift.
Oh, absolutely.
That, I think I'm kind of duty bound to preserve.
Mm-hmm.
And
to share.
And numerous times here. We just did 34 here, or not even that, because I had done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. I had done 8, because here's our covered bridge. We started the covered bridge, so
that's good.
So we really just did 26.
Yeah.
And that moved pretty quick.
Yeah.
And I like the idea on the digital slide scanner where this piece comes in. Mm-hmm. This is what it is, folks, right here.
Yeah, that's where the slides go in.
And so then what you do is you put the slide in, and then you put another one here, and it just doop, pushes it out. And you're always kind of feeding and loading and unloading.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it is. It's a tedious process, but look at the result. I mean, that's incredible.
It's like this. It's like the saying my dad used to tell me when I was a kid. Don't worry about why the horse is crazy, Danny. Just keep loading the cart. And so we just did a lot of loading the cart here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there might be a crazy horse in that milk wagon, but don't worry about the crazy horse. Just load the wagon.
So I think it's safe to say for this part of the project, mission accomplished, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay,
I'm very comfortable going through 26 slides, which buttons to press, for kind of a brightness, and then we could do a color contrast and sharpness. 2 separate buttons on the slide scanner, folks.
Well, now that you have them in the computer itself, then you can take it even to a higher level of tuning within a program like Photoshop or something like that. If that was your desire.
Well,
but I think they look very good.
Not today, but I'd like to move to the next phase of the Getty, but I don't know if I have enough bandwidth today.
Okay.
It's still bothering me a little bit.
Yeah.
And I have kind of a short attention span. You like that one a lot.
I did.
Let's see if we can get a little bit more bigger screen. That's pretty phenomenal.
It is. I think if you hit F11 on the keyboard, let's see if F11 will bring it up to the full size screen. Up at the very top here.
Oh, right here.
Try that.
F11.
That's it.
Oh, really? Okay, I see that.
So what that does is that makes the image in the program become a full screen image.
Got it.
And it's interesting. Like you can see the curve of the frame in this.
Mm-hmm.
That might be another thing to consider. Would be to crop that out. But that's
here.
Yeah,
This here.
that's from the slide. Yeah. So.
No, I mean, I kind of just like all this contrast and this little donkey bucking here, and these guys are buying, selling something. These guys are going that way, and these guys are taking a little siesta.
Some pictures are 1,000 words. This might be 10,000. There's a lot going on.
Yeah. Oh, it stays in that too.
Yeah. So to take it out again, you'd hit F11 again, and we'll take you back into the program. Up on the top. There you go.
Okay, so in and out.
Yep.
F11.
Yep.
I like that. I'm learning another thing today. This is terrific. This is just terrific. That's the end of the line. So if I want to end all this, I go back to F11, go to small.
Yep.
And let's say I just want to
Get out of it.
get out of it. Just hit the little X up here in the right-hand corner.
X is it. Shuts down that program, displaying the pictures.
Just close.
Yep. And then this is just the file manager here, so you can close out of that too if you want. That's kind of a passive thing. It just displays.
Okay. File. Now the pictures, it's this one's right here I just made.
Yeah, if you go into pictures there, then you go to your slides one.
Okay, got it. Okay.
And so for this, and yeah, that'll get you there.
Yeah, this will. So what I'd like to do is finish uploading another 75, get to like 100.
Mm-hmm.
And then within the 100, we'll pick out the 6 that we want to do for the Getty.
Yeah.
But I don't think, I don't want to waste your time or your effort for you to sit around and wait for me to do 100 of them. We know it takes me about 26 to 30 in an hour.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to be a couple hours.
That's fine.
Just loading and plopping away and sharpening and saving and scanning.
And this was our first step of a long voyage. So
right.
And you'll have a better. The other thing too, as you know the capability, then you can do the planning we talked about.
Right.
So you can say, I'm going to take this much time to do this, and then I want to do this, this, and this.
Right. So I can budget the time and also, put enough things together so I have that trail of here's my final intention at the end.
Yeah.
So. Well, once again, thank you.
You're
this
welcome.
Has been a very great first experience, and we got a lot done. So let's recap real quick. We had our little outside chat.
Yep.
We came inside here to the office.
Yep.
We got this turned on.
Yep.
We've got the 32 little chip card in the back.
32 gig chip. Yep.
And we've got it plugged into the computer, the USB.
Yep.
So when we started, we had the little loading tray that we figured out how to load things and slide things through. So that was really good. And then we used the color contrast, and we learned to save and scan that.
Yeah.
And then we also learned about the brightness and the sharpness.
Yep.
And we learned how to save and scan that. And then once we've got all our images on our digital slide scanner, we went to the USB portion. We pressed that button. It went onto the computer. We made a new file, new folder.
Yeah.
And we just labeled them, Europe slides #1. And but I will, for our next time, I will have all these reloaded onto this.
Okay.
And then we'll do another little class on how to get the USB back up to the computer again.
Okay.
And then once we're done with that, we'll do the Getty. We'll pick our 6 that we, because they have to, I think with the Getty, you have to download the app or do it through an app or something like that.
Yeah, there's an application
Right.
you have, and that one has to be done from a phone.
Okay.
It can be iPhone or Android, either one.
Okay. So
But the application part starts through a phone.
okay. Well, we'll like I said, take a crawl, walk, run approach.
Okay.
So
Well, that might be part of our next thing, is showing how to take it from the computer
to the phone. Correct.
So
Let's have that as our intention
okay,
for our next tutorial.
sounds good.
All right, folks at home, good luck. Even an Arizona cowboy can do this, so you can too.
All right, thank you very much for being the first victim.
You got it. Had a pleasure.
Well, that was a good start to good concept to help people discover little technological secrets to help them out in their life. Danny's a great guy, and he has a landscaping business in the Mojave Valley, and I'll put a little thing up for him, a little link to his information. So if you need any help down there, you can certainly get a hold of him. And I'm going to continue to do these things to help people out. If you or someone you know would be interested in having a little help with your technology in exchange for being videotaped and being part of this podcast, I'd be happy to do that for you. Just drop me a little line, and we'll work on that. So before I go, I want to say something about that product we were looking at. That was a Kodak slide and go scanner that we were looking at. One important thing to know about that is a self-contained unit. That means it's not dependent on any particular platform. You don't have to have a PC, you don't have to have a Mac, you don't have to have a particular type of phone. Everything happens inside of that device. So when you scan that slide or that film, it saves it to a memory card. And that could be put on a phone or a computer, whatever you happen to have to use it with. It is not dependent on any specific type of hardware, which is a great thing. We call that platform independent. So it's a good thing to keep in mind when you're looking at devices, is what does it work with, and do you have what it takes to work with it? In this situation, there was no requirement. It's self-contained, has its own processing, its own display, and they come in under a couple $100. So I think $180 I saw it for on Amazon, which I think is a good deal. And I have paid a lot more for things that didn't work as well as that thing did. So we'll follow up with Danny, and we will check on the pictures he took, and we'll see him all the way through till he gets his submission into Getty Images. So I'm going to head on out, and thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Like us and subscribe if you think of it, and you have a great day. Thank you for watching.